important occasion. In the beginning, I think during your lunch, I was there. I was also privileged to give a statement. And I think I task you to take this training seriously. And I heard from, I think Mr. Ba was saying that whosoever is not serious will not pass through. So it seems all of you were serious. I think you deserve a round of applause for yourself. Once again, I wish to congratulate you for your steadfastness and commitment towards this important cause. And I wish to thank the Media Academy for Journalism and Communication for making sure that they provide you with the necessary skills on ethics. After going through a 15-day rigorous training on ethics, I think now we can comfortably say that you are all ambassadors of ethics, and each and every one of you should call yourself Mr. and Mrs. Ethics. But not just the nomenclature, but it has to be, it has to appear on your work. We've seen how media is being unethical, which by extension is causing public mistrust and distrust in the media, especially the image of the online media in this country. So please be ambassadors, engage your colleagues. Just share, you have to also try to share this experience with your colleagues and ensure that ethics should not be compromised in the media, because ethics is the engine of the media, because without ethics, we are doomed. So please, I will not spend much of my time speaking. I'm just happy. And I'm saying wish you all the best. Probably this will not be the first phase, Mr. Andy and Madam Jody. Probably you'll take this training to another level. But you also have to show the donors and MAJAC that you're serious, and it has to manifest on your work. Thank you all for your kind attention.
So we believe this is just the first phase. There will be much more training of such nature to improve on the ethical standards of journalism in this country. So I would like to congratulate you again and then thank Mr. Ba for his statement. So congratulations to you all. Yes. I now invite Mr. Sagmendi, the Managing Director of MAJAC, the Media Academy for Journalism and Communication, to deliver a speech. Mr. Mendy, you are most welcome.
I am not making a statement until I see that graduates are really happy. Freedom House, Miss Judy Oda, and Demba Kande, and my namesake there, and all other representatives from Freedom House here present. Members of the media here present, graduates, their friends, and their families here present. I stand before you here to deliver this statement with mixed feelings. I say mixed feelings because as we send you out there, our hopes are that you would shine the light of ethical journalism for others in the newsroom to follow. But while we hope for that, I am equally aware that there would be impeding factors that might serve as a challenge or deterrent for you to practice what you have been taught. Whatever it is, as a people who have gone through a 5-week intensive training, we expect nothing but being ethical and guiding people, your colleagues in the newsroom, to be as ethical as possible. As manager, I have had the most positive reviews about a course offered at the academy. I was told the attendance was about 90 to 100%, or 99 to 100%. Whatever is responsible for that, I don't know. Is it because of the allowances you were giving, or because you were concerned or you care about the media losing its trust? Which one was it? Not the allowances. Okay. So whatever it is, ladies and gentlemen, we will have to investigate and adopt it in our subsequent programs. But I am convinced that one of the reasons why you all were punctual and regular is because you care about your credibility and the credibility of the media. Mr. Chair, ladies and gentlemen, let me remind the graduating class or graduating students that the building capacity to enhance ethical and responsible journalism program is designed to produce trustworthy and responsible journalists who would tackle ethical dilemmas that come before them for the interest of society. During the 5-week training, you went through modules, and I am convinced you are prepared and emboldened to handle any ethical issue that comes your way. It is important to note that there are ethical journalism, or it is important to note that ethical journalism is becoming more important today than ever. Therefore, while the media fight to regain trust, improve quality, and enhance democracy, unethical behavior by pressmen and women pose a threat to maintaining trust and quality, seeking truth, and holding governors accountable for their actions and inactions. It is important to state that where journalists and members of the press continue to behave irresponsibly and unethically, governments are often compelled to bring laws that might lead to potential censorship, something press organizations all over the world frown upon. So I challenge you all to be shining light, lead the way, and reach out to your colleagues out there doing wrong unknowingly or knowingly to safeguard our profession. We at MAJAC, Freedom House, and the GPU expect nothing less than that from you. I am aware that you are a drop in the ocean when you compare the number of you graduating to the number of journalists in this country. But with commitment and will to serve as role models, we can jointly achieve a lot. Mr. Chair, the emergence of the internet and new media means the media have the potential to build stronger, more informed, and more engaged communities, because citizens have access to information with the click of a mouse or the touch of an electronic device. This, though, makes the job of journalists daunting, especially now that many media houses are losing out on advertising. With less money to pay for or support public interest journalism, newsrooms struggle to maintain their ethical base. Unethical problems that have always been at the radar are now magnified, including political biases, undue corporate influence, stereotypes, and conflict of interest. For you to stand out, remaining ethical, listening to others, emotional intelligence, and knowing how to respond would make a world of difference between you and the rest out there. The change of government in 2016 saw the emergence of more media houses leaving the news business more polarized, pressurized, and complex. The emergence of more media in a country whose journalism education is at its infancy state means the media and men or women in the media might engage in unethical and irresponsible journalism unknowingly. The proliferation of news media that oftentimes hire people who are not trained leaves room for building ethical values, thus threatens the attainment of full democracy. The behavior of some of those unethical journalists erodes the trust some people have on the traditional media, something stakeholders in the media in the Gambia should start thinking about. To Freedom House, we are grateful for the trust bestowed on MAJAC. You could have chosen others, but you chose us. I hope you are as impressed as we were during the training, and I hope this is the beginning of what is supposed to be a long-standing relationship, a relationship that will strengthen the capacity of young journalists, community media journalists, final year journalism students, and community and civil society organizations. To the trainers, Sekou Jame, Modou S. Diouf, Lamin Jahate, Demba Kande, and Barrister Mohamed Ndour, extend my sincere gratitude to them for creating time and putting together resources that kept you coming day in, day out for classes. We made no mistake in choosing you, and you didn't disappoint at all. Once again, to the graduating class, go out there and be our ambassadors. Be the ambassadors of ethical and responsible journalism. There is no room for error after being trained on the basic tenets of ethical and responsible journalism. We will keep our eyes on you, and you should keep your eyes on each other. Be each other's keepers. Reach out to each other if you have doubts. Reach out to your trainers if you have doubts. In that way, you would be able to minimize ethical challenges or ethical errors. Remember, to whom much is given, much is expected. Thank you very much, and I wish you all the best.
I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate the graduating class of 2022. Well done. Your commitment and hard work over the last few weeks has not been in vain. I'm informed that you all took this opportunity very seriously and attended all sessions with utmost dedication. During the training, you covered topics such as the ethics of truth and search for identity, the business of journalism, sourcing, attribution and rumors, plagiarism, fabrication and lies, and social media, video, and photo ethics. It is now your responsibility to practice what you learned. be role models in respecting and upholding high ethical standards in journalism in the Gambia. Following 2 decades of brutal dictatorship, the Gambia is navigating a delicate transition with ambitious plans to restore the rule of law, build strong institutions, adapt laws and practices to enhance good governance, inculcate a culture of human rights, and invest in its social development, to name just a few national priorities. With the release of the white paper, the state will presumably devise and implement a range of initiatives which will focus on the components of transitional justice: truth, justice, reparations, and guarantees of non-repetition. Initiatives emanating from the implementation of the white paper and the work of key stakeholders will present opportunities for journalism in the Gambia to flourish. In transitional contexts, it is important that media houses have a nuanced understanding of information flows and ways in which key actors use communication to compete for loyalty or to make themselves visible in the governance landscape. The media will have a critical role in all of these processes as a key partner with ability to consolidate the Gambia's democratic gains. The media can do so by focusing on national policy issues over sensationalism, digging deeper into perennial challenges, and offering solutions, reporting the truth instead of partaking in partisan politics, holding elected officials and government institutions accountable to the public. And when members of the press complete these noble tasks, you must do so respecting the fundamental principles of journalistic ethics and values. To today's graduating journalists, in this context, I say the ball is in your court. Beyond transitional justice context, responsible journalism requires you to put reality first. Journalists who are responsible do not curry favor with advertisers or with publishers' business interests or even with the taste of the audience. Nor should they bow to the consensus among their own colleagues if it clashes with what they see in the world around them. The bias of the inner circle of those we know, is the most difficult to avoid. When people want to know on an everyday basis what is going on in the world, most turn to professional news gatherers who have earned reputations of reliability. But how is a person to know which of the news providers around us can be trusted? Firstly, you show a willingness to retract, correct, and implicitly or explicitly apologize for misstatements. Secondly, you adhere to professional ethics by being accurate, by following the story where the evidence leads, and by following the research that you undertake. Thirdly, in their writing, reliable journalists adopt some identifiable literary features. They are calm and declarative. They will not hyperventilate. They present multiple positions or viewpoints within a story, even if the topic is a controversial one. They acknowledge the gaps, inconsistencies, or insufficiencies in the data they are basing their story on. In their writing, reliable journalists use accepted data, databases, and reliable authorities. Professional news reporting is not easy, with its place in the world still young, but at its best, it has proved itself a bulwark of accountable democratic government and a thorn in the side of autocrats around the world. Professional journalism is not all we need for good governance and transitional justice context to thrive. In democratic societies, the media is only but one aspect of the good governance ecosystem, as other stakeholders also have a role to play. There is need for a professional civil service loyal to its own standards of integrity, not loyal to whichever party or persons happens to occupy the presidency. There is need for an independent judiciary that likewise is dedicated first to enforcing the law. In addition, the whole energy of civil society that seeks to hold government accountable is pertinent. To conclude and back to the course, I wish to thank all trainers for their dedication and hard work. The evaluation we conducted after the course shows that the participants, you students, gained valuable knowledge, which I believe will be put into good use. To all our partners, especially the Gambia Press Union and the Media Academy for Journalism and Communication, thank you for your collaboration on this initiative. We look forward to future partnerships in strengthening the media in the Gambia. Thank you all, and once again, congratulations to all graduating journalists.
Thank you, Madam Judy Oda, for the brilliant speech. And the same message has been resonating, that is ethical journalism and standards in the media. Congratulations. Adama M. Ju. Batu O. Baro. Congratulations. Congratulations, Mr. Boni. I would now like to invite Madam Judy to present the subsequent. Mustafa Jai. Esa Ba. Lamin Fati. Lamin Fati. Congratulations to Esaba Lamin Fati. Sidhu Sane. Sidhu Sane. Fatmata Kasim. Congratulations to Fatmata Kasim. Thank you, Uma. You now invite Mr. Our Ture. Mariama Bat. Jalke Sise. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations on your certificate. Congratulations to Jalke Sise.
Judy Oda, Managing Director, Media Academy for Journalism and Communication, Mr. Sangmendi, President of the Gambia Press Union, Mohammed S. Ba, my fellow journalists, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, I salute you all. No matter how many stories you write, no matter how big, catchy headlines you make, you can never be a successful journalist if they are not ethically guided. Most of our problems are man-made, so we can only solve them. In our profession, most of the problems are committed by us, so we are the ones to solve them. My name is Adama Diouf from the Media Academy for Journalism and Communication. Despite being the fourth most important estate, we've been blamed for certain misconducts as journalists. If those that should serve and save the public turn to manipulate the public with imbalanced, opinionated, and sensationalized stories, then it becomes deeply worrying. This team here has been equipped with a lot of ethical principles I believe will help change the narratives. We've been challenged to display high professionalism in our journalistic works, so we'll make good use of the skills. Every story will be an honest search for the truth. On behalf of the beneficiaries of this training, I thank the Freedom House and USAID for supporting the training. I thank the Media Academy for Journalism and Communication and their tutors for implementing the project. To my fellow beneficiaries, I want to remind you the most common lines we've been reminded in our training, and that is, do not follow the money. Do not follow the money. I thank you all.
Thank you, Ms. Anna Madhu.